Hello traders, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Jerry Sultan back with a new banger, a new episode on weekly trader talk with Sultan. So today we're about to go through the trades we have been taking. Last week was a mess. Gold was messy, everything was messy. But like you already know, I'm out here to give you what we are looking at. Some forex pairs we're going to be looking at. Bitcoin has been awesome. We're going to be looking at gold, right? So what's the first thing we do when we come up to the chart? The first thing we do, it's what we come down here and look at our weekly the calendar, the news, and you can check the news. So next week we are going to be having, you can see Monday pretty busy. Now our eyes are only focused on this red days, this red and this little bit of orange. So this, and we mostly care to look at the USD news. So you can see we have news on Monday, we have news on Tuesday, we have another news on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So it's gonna be a very volatile week next week once we do that, because sometimes when you see that, then you know which days to avoid, which days to trade if you are doing what, day trading. But as a swing trader, you can just, once you see your setup, you can pick it. So this is the weekly chart, the DXY, the father of all the pairs. So you can come down to daily. This is what I've been looking at, before, because from the weekly, right, like on my recent videos, if you have seen, we are looking for this and then this. Now we look at market moves here from, it moves to swing highs, swing lows, swing highs, swing lows. That's what the market moves to attack. Now I'm plotting this here to be the swing low, that's where I want to see the market go through. Some people might do this, like they will say this is the support or whatever, but I don't do that. I put it here to this swing low. This is where I want to see the market attack, and then to this other swing low here. This is where I want to see the market go to. So you would know this is where, like for example, from here, this swing high is where we were aiming at. You see, it came here. From here, when we had trade opportunities from here, we're looking at this swing low, right? So if we go down to 4 hour to daily, you can see very choppy. 4 hour. This is what I wanted to see. This is a gap, and sometimes when the market is below this, it serves as what, resistance. When it's above it, it can serve as support. This is also a bearish fair value gap. I didn't write it here, but this is where I wanted to see the market tap before going down. You understand? I want to see something like this. Then we can look for something like this. That's personally what I want to see, but I don't know, other people are seeing different things, but this is what I see, guys. So, but if in other case the market just breaks down below this low here, then we can start looking for lows, right? So from here I'm going to show you gold. Gold has been really crazy, guys. Gold has been really crazy. If you you go back, check my videos, you would see I've been talking about gold and what we expect. I told you I swing trade, so I had my own stops here. My stops have not actually been tagged, but I'm just looking, and I feel like we might touch it, but up till now I'm just looking at it. But this is the entire swing from here to here. This is the swing, right? So the market might come down to somewhere. It doesn't mean that we have already changed our bias. It just means that we're just coming down deeper for retracement before going up to the this buy side here. So, but if you, whenever you see this kind of chop right here, you know that we are expecting a very explosive price move. That is what we are expecting. And if it happens to take my position here, last week I was heavy on this, very heavy, but I had to close some of my positions. in loss actually, because I was like, it might take my stop. I didn't want to see it come all the way down here, but it did, right? So you know this is where we are with the stops. Some positions are still open, so whereas here you can see the low is not yet been tagged, so that's where we are. If you go to 1 hour, it's just still choppy. Some people were saying on Twitter, what do you do here? You buy or sell? I tell you to shut the hell up and just wait to see what's gonna happen. You understand? If it happens to go up here, like breaks this structure, then comes down for retest, then we can start looking for buys, right? But it might just come down here, slap this low, and then take this low, right, and then move up. It might not necessarily take this low or this low, but it can just do like this. It can do something like this. Because they know that a lot of people have their own stops here and stops here. Everybody wants to buy, so they can take it down once more. Like they have been doing here. A lot of people blew their account here. We think it's gonna go up, bang. It's gonna go up, bang. It's gonna go up, bang. They kept taking niggas out. So I'm just looking at it from this point. I just want to see maybe it coming down here, then we can look for a move. But up to now, we're still waiting for the bullish move here. Right. So what's next on our list? What's next is let's look at some of these forex pairs real quick. This is what Japanese yen. You can see we've been looking for sales, but the market has just not been cooperating with us. From the daily, you can see we have a fair value gap here to the downside, so we might actually come up here, tap this before coming down, right? Because it's obviously in the bullish range now, and this place looks eminent. It's gonna take this, but we are looking at overall bearish, right? So this is where I want to see this market gravitate down to, but it looks as if it's gonna come up here, then come down here. I don't know. Give a little bit of fake out. If you trade fake out, you trade trend lines for trend line 6, then you have your ass handed to you right here. So what is this? This is the Swissy. You can see it's been rejecting to the downside. This is the daily, right? I have some positions open here to the downside this side. So let's go down to the 4 hour, see what's been doing here. Actually, I wanted to see this position to this buy side liquidity right here. Then we can move down to the, but it seems as if this guy is not going, right? So we might just monitor what it does. Once it breaks below this, then we can look for continuation to the downside. And then US dollar, Canadian dollar. Last week, if you check some of my analysis, you would see I said once we see this, then we should expect a bearish move. So in totality, this is what we're expecting. We do not really want to see this high taken out. Anything it's going to do within here, it can just consolidate, do whatsoever it's going to do, but we want to see continuation to the downside. This is just the simple thing we want to see here. If you want to swing trade, you can just sell, put your stops above here, and then wait for this level to get that. But in fact, just don't do much on this. This is just it, like this, for example, short, right? Let me put it to this fair value gap right here. You can see that 4 hour fair value gap. This, like this. That's 1 to 2.8, right? This is the first level. Then you can look for these other levels right here. What's the level? Check the level out. This level right here, and then this level and this level. These are all levels that the market can hit. 1, 2, 3. So you can just, maybe if you want to be overzealous, you can just put it down here. That's it, right? So we're waiting for sales. Next, it's the euro. Oh my goodness, euro was not funny last week, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not funny last week. On a normal day, we want to see the euro go up, bullish. Let's go down to the 4-hour. We want to see this thing go bullish. This is the 4. Let me delete this. This is for the daily fair value gap to the down, to the upside. You can see this fair value gap, this daily fair value gap. It came down, fair value gap. I'm expecting an up move. If we are expecting a bullish move here, that means we are expecting a bearish move on the dollar. You understand the theory? We're expecting also a bullish move on the GBP. You know, that's what we're expecting. So this has met the criteria for the bullish move. But guess what? They might come down again to maybe do something like this, or they can come deeper, sweep people out, then go up, start making high and stuff like that. You understand? But they're coming down, taking this low out, you know, then we can see continuations to the upside. GBP, GBP came down to this weekly bullish fair value gap. Now we're expecting a bullish move, but it might come down here to take out this low again, then we can move to the upside. I might come back here midweek to give you another review, right? This is for what? New Zealand. As you can see, oh my goodness, this on the other hand gives us a different story. It's telling me it's going bearish. It's just breaking structures, lower low, lower low, lower low, you know, just going lower, lower, lower. How about this other guy? Same thing. 4-hour bullish fair value gap, but it changed, so it turned toward inversion fair value gap. Now we are looking at lower lows. Don't be surprised if we have a skip. It might just jump and give a gap, you know, to the downside. So guys, the week is pretty crazy, so you have to be very, very careful when trading this week. You gotta be very, very careful. So lastly, what do we look at? This is the sweetest one for me actually. I was having some trades here, but I did some crazy stuff. I wanted to add a position here, and when it came down here, I should have added the position. I didn't. I was like, well, let me put a fib here. I wanted to see a, you know, 62% retracement, perfect entry before I would sell, but it left me behind. I'm paying because of that. But guess what? You don't have to feel pain in trading, you know, because trades will always come, right? So for those who have been opportune to take this, congratulations. You'll be swimming in cash and stuff like that. This has been here. It's going to be here. We are looking at 90,000. Welcome to Ethereum. Ethereum has been crazy. Now, I had my own eye on this, but it seems like we'll be pulling deeper down to this level, down to the 1,900, 1,700 level, 800 levels. So it might actually come deeper to here before we can start looking for bulls. But that's just what I'm looking at, guys. So I believe you've been blessed with this. I've been blessed with this. I didn't touch any of this NQ because chart is crazy, man. They're just playing around and stuff like that. I don't want to show you that, right? So for now, the top trades I can see like continue. It's just BTC and Ethereum. That's what I see right now. But for the other forex pairs, I'm not gonna lie to you. Be careful next week. We're having a lot of news, so be careful. Be careful. I'm just gonna literally be on my hands for the first maybe few days of the week. Maybe Tuesday when I see things clear, then I can start trading. But I'm just gonna be quiet because whenever you see a lot of news on a week calendar like that, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. People are gonna blow their accounts. So just be careful out there next week. All right. So thank you for listening today, and I'm gonna urge you, if you find any goodies on this, you can subscribe to the channel and then share, comment, ask questions. I'm always here to answer. So peace out.